Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. See, you guys don't understand. I feed off you guys. I get energy from you guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys get that. Because when I wake up in the morning, I was awake about 6:30 this morning, and I'm sitting here while I'm waiting to get up. I'm just going through, reading everything as much as I can, getting all the news and everything else, so that way I come down, I do my morning report, and then I get to work. And I wanted to get to Home Depot early before the crowds get in there, so that way I can just walk right in, get the paint that I need with my mask on, and get on out before the crowds get in there and get back. If it weren't for you guys, I'd probably passed out, sleep on the sofa. But I feed off of you guys, and that's what happened tonight, man. I didn't intend on going off on Eagle fans. I did not intend to do that. But you just got underneath my skin and just started bothering me. You set me off, and all of a sudden I just got all this energy. Because if you had seen me 10 minutes before the show, I was sitting on the couch, just tired, boss. I was just like in the Green Mile. I'm real tired now, boss. Real tired. But I get in here, boom, just the energy starts flowing. Now I'm just like hyped. I'm hyped. If I had a good knee, I'd go run me a couple miles, but I can't run. I just can't. It's just my knee's jacked up. But it's all good. Something I absolutely positively love and respect Dez Bryant right now. Dez Bryant literally has blue blood. Actually, we all do have blue blood. It's when it's depleted with oxygen and it's going back to the heart. It's actually blue. It's blue. And then it gets oxygen and gets red and goes back to, okay. But he bleeds blue. And he truly loves the Dallas Cowboys, truly wants to be with the Dallas Cowboys, should have gotten a ring with the Dallas Cowboys. But, unfortunately, we survived the Jason Garrett era without a Super Bowl. And that's on Jerry Jones and the coaching staff, because we had players that were as good as any of the teams that won Super Bowls. We just did not have the leadership to get us there. Oh, let me turn on the lights. Man, I was wondering why it was kind of dark down. It's like, damn, it's extra dark down here. But Dez Bryant, now knowing that my number is gone, my number has gone to CC, is the bigger man right now and saying, CC, it's time for you to make your own path and break my record of touchdown catches. He is promoting the hell out of the guy. He is like all in on him. And you got to look at that and say, wow, Dez Bryant has done a whole lot of changing, it seems. And see, that's the funny thing. They always say you don't miss the water until the well runs dry. I always say you don't know what good times are unless you've been through bad times. A lot of people say, what? No, seriously. If you've been through stuff, I've been through some stuff in my life. I've been burned. I've had flesh-eating bacteria and spent 2 weeks in the hospital with not knowing my name because of the medication I was on, having, 3 knee operations in a week and spending 6 months learning how to walk. When you are learning how to walk, you appreciate the times where you used to have to go run. I'm telling you. You don't miss the water till the well runs dry. And that's where I look back now. It's like, God, I wish I could play like college football now. I wish I had this mentality now when I played high school and college football, because I could have been so much better. I would have been a smarter student if I had this mentality. Because you learn as you get older. You appreciate things that you didn't when you were younger. And I think Dez Bryant now has the realization of how good he had it before and misses those times. He misses those guys. He misses being that focal point of the Dallas Cowboys. And that's the crazy thing about life, is if you do not enjoy what you have right now, before you know it, it's too late. You're too old to be able to do the things that you could when you were younger, or those opportunities are no longer there. But you appreciate the times that you had. And I think that's where Dez Bryant is now. He appreciates what he used to have, still wants it, but is wishing the best for the next guy. And that's amazing growth right there in itself. I mean, that's amazing. And it starts to make you think, well, damn. The funny thing about mankind is you learn to adjust. It's going on 2 months that we've been kind of locked down, or at least some of us have been. I mean, I've gotten out and gone to Home Depot and picked some stuff up and gone to the grocery store and stuff like that, and had one trip down to Waynesboro, but I ain't going places like I usually do. But you learn how to adapt. I'm looking at my neighbors a couple doors over here, and they got one of those stainless steel wood fire things that's supposed to be like a chimney, and you don't get smoke, and it's supposed to superheat. So they got one of those a couple weeks ago, and I see they've got a projection screen TV outside. It looks like they got like a 100-inch screen out there. So they're out there right now. It's a little chilly, a little windy, but they're out there watching a movie like it's a drive-in theater, but they're sitting in lawn chairs. They've learned to adapt and adjust. And that's the strength of mankind. You adapt to your environment to survive. I like to study history. Sorry, I didn't put my shotgun microphone. The air conditioning unit just came on, so forgive me. I'll make sure I put it on tomorrow. I just didn't see it when I came out. I'll just talk louder. I like studying history. I love the Civil War. I mean, Civil War is brutal. 750,000 Americans died in the Civil War. 750,000 soldiers. In 1862, in Sharpsburg or Antietam, depending on if you're north or south, there was a battle. Robert E. Lee took his soldiers, his army, took them north to forage in Maryland and Pennsylvania. It's like, we'd had enough fighting in the South. Let's take the fight to the north. Lee had, I guess, about 80 or 90,000 soldiers, and he divided up his force into different directions so that way they could get more stuff. George B. McClellan, who reminds me a lot of Jason Garrett, some of his soldiers actually found Lee's plans wrapped around some cigars. Cigars. Here's a map where all Lee's soldier armies are. They're divided in like 10,000 group men. I mean, sets. Separated. The war could have literally ended right then had George B. McClellan went through and systematically attacked each one of those forces. Instead, he hesitated. Said, I needed more men. I need more men! Even though he had like 150,000. And he waited, and he waited. He waited so long that Lee got most of his forces back together, and they met in Sharpsburg. The battle started out in the morning in the cornfield. And literally, soldiers were mowed down like corns of stock. Or excuse me, stalks of corn. And then the battle shifted to this sunken road that was sunken down from wagons going through. And up on the hill, the Union soldiers were up there with artillery. The Confederates were using the sunken road as kind of like breastworks. Problem was, the Union literally shot downhill. The bodies piled up in the sunken road, 3, 4, 5 men deep. The battle shifted later in that day to this bridge that was now known as Burnside's Bridge for General Ambrose Burnside. And if that sounds kind of interesting, he had these big sideburns. And that's where the term actually came from, because he had these great big sideburns. So, Burnside. He tried to get his Union forces to cross this bridge over Antietam Creek. And 500 Kentucky riflemen were up on the hill picking him off. Hey, they tried for hours to get across. So they finally realized if they went 3/4 of a mile down river, they could forge across. And they finally did, and they did get across. And as they were getting ready to come through and get these Kentucky riflemen, the cavalry comes in and saves the day. The battle ends up being a draw. And this day, in the summer of 1862, there were 25,000 casualties, killed or wounded. 25,000 in one day. Unbelievable. The carnage, the soldiers, the Antietam Creek bled red from the soldiers that died there. It's travesty. 25,000 casualties. Now, as you go out and start going around, I want you to think about this. That day, the bloodiest day in American military history, that more American soldiers died than any other day. I want you to double that and then add another 15,000, because that's the amount of people that have been lost to the coronavirus over the course of the last 2 months. Keep that in mind when you go out. Understand, you have control over this situation by the actions that you do. 2,000 people die a day from the coronavirus. That's almost as many that died in Pearl Harbor every day. So as you go through here and say, oh man, they're taking away my rights, I want to go out and party. We all want to go out and party. I want to tailgate so bad. I want to go out and just hang out with my friends. I want to have a party here at my house. But understand, I can't do that if we are to survive. Don't mean to get dramatic and things out here, but see, I am 54 years old, and I have seen a lot of things in my life. I have seen us land on the moon. I remember when Martin Luther King was killed. I was the first class to integrate in my elementary school. I remember seeing the airplanes coming in from Vietnam with the soldiers, caskets with the flags being taken off the airplanes. I've seen a lot, and I've never seen anything like what we're going through right now. And everybody can help this situation so we all get through this and get to a better place. That's what I'm asking all you to do. Just be wise and think about your fellow man. Sorry I lost it on those Eagle fans tonight, but you know, sometimes you just got to put a foot in somebody's ass. All right. That being said, another day has gone by, and I'll see you first thing in the morning. Be safe.